Setpoint Systems has been offering free training to our customers since 1988, and we've trained over 5,000 customers. The purpose of it is to empower our customers to use their systems, take full advantage of them. Some of them, in fact, will go so far as to start buying parts from us and programming and designing and expanding their own systems.
The main thing with the training class is it actually provides our on-site building engineers with the tools to fully maximize the system as the Setpoint installs it.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, being in a training class, it gives you the experience of getting the knowledge from the trainer himself and a way to interact with him on the different issues that you're dealing with specific to where you work at.
I really like the idea of having the displays there with all the different types of equipment that we may or may not have at our facility, and being able to take back that information. And in addition, I also like the knowledge that the trainers have and being able to teach us hands-on what we need to know.
Well, we have people start with the Delta 1 class, which is an introduction to HVAC controls concepts, the Delta product line in general, and then how to use the OrcaView software. So customers become comfortable enough with day-to-day operations of their systems, how to change set points and acknowledge alarms and look at trend logs and even create some of their own things. From there we do Delta 2 class, which is a little bit more advanced, and we teach the customers how to create their own databases, actually write programs, and deal with some more advanced objects. In the Delta 3 class, it's very similar. They're also creating a database and doing some programming, but they're doing things with networking. So they're passing information from one controller to another, controlling things in other controllers, things like that. The Delta 4 class is the most advanced class, and it basically consists of a bunch of advanced programming projects, just one after the other, where the customers have to go through and do a lot of that on their own and learn some advanced programming techniques.
In a lot of installations, a product supplier will come out, put the system in, sit down with your on-site guys for a few hours, on site, going through this, going through that. It's kind of, question and answer type thing. Some engineers really catch on. Other engineers, kind of, they're a little bit lost. They kind of understand the systems, but they don't really fully understand the depth of the system, all the functional capabilities of the system. The training classes, provide that detailed knowledge, how to get in the system, and it helps the guys understand the total effect of what they're doing on these systems, not just point, click, and change a set point. They learn the downstream effects of their decisions. So it's a good training class, not just on the automation system, the Delta system, but also on the systems in their buildings that are providing heating and cooling.
Training is a very beneficial tool especially for the new people who are coming in, not knowing how to use this product, how to install it, how to program it. I think it's a great benefit having the training. Long term, the classes that they've offered, whether it's a new product or just a refresher on an existing product that we're using, it's always one of the greatest ideas to come back and get sort of like a refresher to touch up on that.
If you have certain situations where you deal with, specifically at your site, they're able to help you and they know it, instead of a blanket training where this is what we have and that's it.
Actually, it was one of the biggest reasons we decided to go with Setpoint, because of the free training, and it's ongoing, and you can take the classes over again as often as you want.
I mean, I think the training from a customer standpoint is one of the most important things that we do. Not only for the training aspect of it, but because as people get more and more trained and they learn more and more about what the system can do, they start thinking more and more expansive and out of the box as to what they can do with their facilities. And that actually makes for better customer relations and more work for us, because we can go in and actually then become a partner with the customer to do bigger and better things with their facility.
One thing that people don't factor in a lot when they're bidding these projects and getting the total, you got to look at the total cost of the system that you're buying. And total cost involves everything: training, what's it going to cost to run this thing, how much service calls am I going to have to call the company out here to come and take care of these problems. A good training program like Setpoint provides, you're eliminating probably half of the calls, to get a service tech out there, because your engineers have been trained on the proper way to make most of the adjustments, the minor adjustments.
It's exciting for me because I love working with our customers, and I learn a lot from them as well. I love to teach them what I can, but I also learn from them, and they seem to learn from each other as they interact in the classes. But I think they get excited because they become empowered to use their systems more than they probably would otherwise, and they seem to embrace them, and as a result get a lot more use out of them.
The programming is great. That's a great class when you're actually writing programming, going through programming. And I think John Becker, the instructor, is very knowledgeable to the point where there is no wrong question you can ask him.
You can't beat Setpoint. Free training classes for the life that you own. I've got guys, they don't get it the first time, they go back and take it again. They get it that time, then they move on to the second class. The structure's good. The Setpoint people know what their product is doing, not just, hey, on, off, start, stop. They know what's going on through the whole system, and their training classes are appropriate to the desired effect that you're looking for.